Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It's Mary Jo Snyder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States in a little town called Pulteney outside of Hammondsport in Prattsburg. And if you are searching me on the Stampin' Up! Website, you can certainly find me by searching my name, or you can go to my website, www.maryjosnyder.stampinup.net. I will have a business card here laying on the countertop of where I'm going to be working. I want to thank you all for being here. I live in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York, and we had a lot of snow the last few days, so it's a little chilly. It's cold in my craft room. I got the heater going. I'm a little bit more organized this evening, and hoping, hey Maggie, and hoping that I will be able to do this flawlessly. But you know, when we're live, doesn't always work that way. So I have my iPad in front of me so that I can keep track of all of the comments, hopefully, during this broadcast. And hello, Carolyn, welcome. Is this your first time here? If you are here for your first time, please let me know. I would love to know all about you and your crafting interests, where you're from. I have a great group of people here in my community that continues to grow, and I'm so grateful for that. The more people here, the more people I get to share my creativity and inspiration with, to help motivate your own artistic creativity as well. So if there's anything that I can do for you, I just, I'm here for you. So thank you again for joining me. This is day 2 of my 12 days of Christmas, and I am so excited. It's a retreat in a box, so people had ordered it in advance, and now we are just making the projects. If you have questions about anything within this series of events, or projects, please feel free to reach out to me, but private message me, excuse me, as well as you can contact me below on any of the platforms that I have linked here. So one of the special gifts that the retreat attendees, online attendees, received in their little gift box full of goodies is a pair of fluffy winter socks. Now, I was left with the two that were kind of solid colors, but they're all Christmassy. Some received snowmen, some received snowflakes, maybe some holly. I can't remember every sock, but the ones that I kept were kind of, multicolored. Hello, Kim. I hope you are enjoying this, and I'm hoping to not be so completely off the rails tonight. I'm a little bit more organized, so I hope that you're enjoying this retreat and all your goodies that you got in your box. So fluffy socks were part of the retreat gifts, little pillow gifts, and they also got a complete spool, bolt, whatever you want to call it, of the coordinating ribbon that goes with the Elegant Pine Snowflake Suite. Got it. It took me a minute. Golden edged ribbon, and it is shaded spruce, and it's very pretty. So they got a full bolt of that. They also received a full pack of the faceted snowflakes, and they're in 3 different colors. We've kind of got a clear silk, well, it's kind of silver, shaded spruce, and cherry cobbler. So they got a full pack of these. They also received what I shared with you last night, the party stuff for my birthday, yay. And they also received a goodie box, which we're going to build the box at some point within these 12 days. And I'll show you all the fun stuff that we put inside. It's awesome. So it's kind of tea for 2 concept. Nice toasty little goodness and holiday flavors. So, and little biscuits to go along with it. And they are my favorite. So, one of my favorites, I should say. I really don't discriminate when it comes to sweets. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and please comment while you're here, because I'm so happy to get to know each and every one of you that stopped by. And I hope that you watch until the end of the video. That also helps with my algorithms. It helps me reach more people. If people watch the video completely, you can skip if you need to. It's usually, these ones are small, short videos because we're doing a project a day. There will be 3 days where we will do 2 projects per day, and those will be the treat holders that I'm featuring in this class as well. 12 cards, 3 treat holders, and a whole bunch of wonderful gifts. So without further ado, I'm going to get you pointed down to my work area. I have extra lighting going on, so I hope there's not a lot of shadows. I know it's kind of glaring on my face, and I do have this little scar going on, but we're working on it. Hopefully it heals up perfectly and we won't have anything to worry about. So let's get to crafting. We've got a fun fold in store for today for project 2. So day 2, December 2nd, 2025, 12 days of Christmas retreat in a box. Here we go. We're going to flip the camera. I will be happy when I get acclimated to my new programming so that I can do this without having to transition like that. I will be able to just flip to another camera and we will be good to go. So that is my goal. Life goals, right? We always have to have some goals to do what we need to get where we want to in this wonderful journey that we are all on. So I'm just going to put the elements. Oh, another thing that everybody got, hello, is the Elegant Pines Snowflake Designer Series paper. They got a half pack, and of course I'm missing some here, but they got a half pack of this paper, 6 by 12, with their wonderful project kits. So, all right, today we are going to be using the Pretty Peacock ink. So if y'all want to grab that, we're on day number 2. So you want to grab your day number 2 project kit. Let's just pull that out of here. I've already pulled my sample out and set it somewhere in my little box of tricks here. And I have everything all together. I'm going to just kind of set this aside, see if I need to cut any paper. I may have to, unless it's already in my kit. It is, look at that. So I'm going to tell you what to cut. All right, and again, the products we are featuring, this was the stamp set that could be an add-on. The stamp set is traditional labels. It coordinates with the traditional label dies, and they all received several of these label die cut images so that they could do their stamping on. And we feature different tags or labels in each project, and sometimes we replicate. So we do have those. And we also, because I could use die cut images, I did not feature the stamp set, but this is a coordinating product. Delicate Pines coordinates with the Designer Series paper that we're using, as well as the dies. So I didn't use the stamps because I only wanted to focus on one stamp set without overwhelming everybody to need to buy certain things, especially if demonstrators were ordering the retreat to go. So I focused on the die cut pieces, which are several die cut pieces. We used this one yesterday, and today we actually die cut from our Designer Series paper, and I will show you that if I have a piece of that paper handy. Like I said, a lot of my stuff has already been kind of cut into for the purpose of this class. So let's see what we can do here. So yes, just if you were to take this, I don't think that's the right sheet. I don't know if I have the right sheet. I may not. It's actually this one. I think I'm lacking that sheet because I cut it all apart. But if you were to take this die and frame this snowflake, I would get that to cut out, and it would look like, actually there's several on a different sheet. It's actually got this on the back side of it, which is, actually, I do have a piece of that. Bear with me while I try to grab it. This sheet right here. So now I can actually show you. It actually cuts out that pine snowflake like so, and this one, the insides of these, and you end up with this beautiful snowflake made out of pine. Isn't that adorable, with berries and all the fun things? So that is what I used to coordinate with the designer series paper, because it can be standalone. There are some images that actually it is standalone. I think you can die cut a lot of things that are already in the paper. So great product to have. And that is Delicate Pines, or the Elegant Pine Snowflake Bundle. Okay. Another thing that I did not share yesterday was the name of the, hey Marva, the name of the embossing folder that we used, and that is the Beautiful Pattern Embossing Folder. That is a new, I believe, online exclusive. I could be mistaken, or I'm not sure, to be honest with you, but it's really beautiful, and it was the background to our card yesterday, which I'll pull out of here. Our card yesterday, and I stamped 2 different sentiments on mine. It's got the kind of this little pattern of crisscrosses and stitching and all that fun stuff. So that was our first card for day 1. Okay, so now you understand that I used the Beautiful Pattern Embossing Folder, item number 167097, which is an online exclusive, I think. I'm not sure even if it's a pre-order item, but you could check that out. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it may be available, or you may have to wait until January 6th. Okay, now we have our stamps, and I need to grab the tag that we need today. Is going to be the fun tag that has the points on each side. So we're going to use that tag. I'm going to set this stuff aside because I don't need it. I've already got everything I need cut out. I will need my faceted snowflakes. I've got that, and I probably already put my, oh, there it is. We need this. Make sure I don't lose that. Got all our bits and pieces to make our card, and the words we want that I used, and you can choose whatever you would like to if you're in this class, but I actually picked out Merry Wishes, because one curves one way and the other curves the other way. But you also could do happy, or sending cheer. There's just different curved things here that you can use for what I'm going to show you. I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm going to grab the stamps that I used in my original, Merry Wishes, because you know, Christmas, you're sending merry wishes, right? Merry Christmas, Merry Wishes. And again, we are using our Pretty Peacock ink. And if you have all those elements together, we're going to set this stuff aside, and we are going to do our stamping first. I just need to peek on the inside of my card and make sure there's nothing on the inside. And there isn't, so we're good to go. And we're going to build this together and go from there. It's always nice to have your piercing mat when you are working with photopolymer stamps, as well as Versamark when you are creating using photopolymer. The Versamark, if it's brand new stamp that you haven't used before, and even though I have, I'm going to give you that that show of seasoning your stamps with Versamark, and that will help with any residue that might be on your stamps that may be on there from manufacturing. So the first word I want to go with is Merry, so that I can space this in the appropriate place. Hey Lisa. Yes, I love the suite as well. Okay, so we are pairing this suite with the traditional labels bundle, the stamps and the dies. Of course, I did all the die cutting for the class attendees. And my Merry is going to go over to the right hand side, kind of positioned right there. And then Wishes is going to go a little below there with a space in between. And maybe I have not spaced that out where I should have, but it's going to work for now. Just make sure you're eyeballing it and it's in the right spot. And in the end, we're going to end up putting some of our gems from our faceted snowflakes on this tag. So that's all the stamping we need to do. And if you see that right there, that's how that's going to go on our card front. Okay. Now, with all of that, I am going to grab and start building this amazing fun fold. So we have several pieces that you are going to need of designer series paper, and I'm going to run you through that because I did not include that. Because you have the designer series paper in your pack of stuff, you are going to cut your own. Now we have, of course, not that piece because that's not designer series paper. You have the piece with this here, so it's the black that we didn't use last night. So you're going to want the following sizes, and then you're also going to need to pull the one we did use last night, and we're going to use the reverse side that is Poppy Parade. I'm sorry, Pretty Peacock. Where did Poppy Parade come from? I have no idea. Be sure you share some love. I make a lot of mistakes, and if you laugh at me, that's okay too. This is just keeping it real with all of you. All right, there is my, if you want to screenshot, you have my website, my phone number, all the goodness. That is my Let's Caffeinate and Create. And on the back side, you can screenshot again. It's my other social media with a QR code to my online store. Okay? Can you even see it? Let's bring it down some. And then I'll flip it back over so you can do another screenshot. And there's the front. Okay? Perfect. All right, so there's that. Now, the first piece you want to cut, we're going to grab this with the beautiful kind of pretty white pops of color on the Pretty Peacock background with the pine sprigs going on. The first piece is 5 by 3 3/4. That's 5 by 3 3/4. So wait a minute for you to get that. Also, you're going to want one, the same piece of paper, 3 3/4 by 2 3/8. 3 3/4 by 2 3/8. Find my notebook here and I can write this down. So the largest piece of the same pattern is 5 by 3 3/4. The second piece is 3 3/4 by 2 3/8. And then our last piece, the reverse side of the paper we used yesterday. Am I right? No, that's not the reverse side. I lied. It's the white version. It's the white version of that. So you're looking for this and the white version with the same type of design. My mistake. It kind of looks like a frosted window, but the glass is Pretty Peacock. And that is going to be 3 by 4. Frosted Peacock. We'll call it that. 3 inches by 4 inches. Okay, so those are your measurements for your designer series paper. If I go too fast, please let me know. Okay, the next thing that we have, I've got the two-tone cardstock in Pretty Peacock. I also have a piece of basic white. I have another piece of basic white. And we have another card base that is Lost Lagoon. So what you're going to want to do first is take that single layer of basic white and we're going to add it to the inside of our card. Simple. this card is so absolutely beautiful and a fun fold. I don't know what you call it. I just like it a lot. Okay, so we've got that part finished. Now you want to go ahead and varnish all the folds on this piece here. And what you're going to want to do with that extra fold, the extra scored line in the one side, you want to fold inwards. Okay? We're going to fold in towards the other part. Okay? Did I do that right? I don't think so. It's going to be like a Z fold. My bad. So it's going to look like this. You have a Z fold. So one fold's opposite of the other. Okay? So once you have that Z fold, this section here is going to get decorated with your smallest piece of this designer series paper. So you want to make sure it's on the fold facing away from this larger piece. So the top part, if you have it in a Z, it's going to go right here, away from the score line. So I'm going to grab my Tombow. We're going to go ahead and place that with about 1/8 of an inch border. Okay? Perfect, right? Then, if you have that done, we're going to take our largest piece of that, we're going to fold this down, and it's going to go right here. And that, again, will have a little bit of a border, about 1/8 of an inch, like so. So now your card, so far, will look like this. A Z fold with a plain panel right there. Okay? You with me? Welcome everyone watching. Thank you so much. Feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. I love that you're all here. Both have double P's. Yes, that's true. That's exactly why I make that mistake. Poppy Parade. I do the same with Calypso Coral and Coastal Cabana. Weird. But yes, you're exactly right. Maggie, I have to say, my daughter had the pleasure of going to Hollywood today to see one of her favorite actresses. Her name is going to completely draw a blank in my head right now. Get her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And, oh my goodness. I can't think of her name right now. Why is it escaping me? I've been saying it all day. Paulson. Something Paulson. She was on American, I don't know, I didn't watch the show, but my daughter loves her. So she got to see her and other actors and actresses that were there. It was amazing. She had the best time. Such a memorable moment for her. All right, so now we want this to be at the base of our card. So we want to make sure our card is going to open that way, okay? So that we're going to layer this on top of the card base. Is it Sandra Paulson? Paulson. I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, American Horror Stories. That's what it was. Of course, that makes sense, right? As well as several other movies she has been in and television. She was very excited to be able to go. And I was watching the live broadcast on YouTube. So I shared it to my personal page. It's pretty exciting. She got some pictures. It's pretty cool. All right, so this is what our card looks like so far. So we have this Z fold, but it's actually reverse. And then we have this flap that opens, so you can write your greeting. Now we have to do the front and decorate. So these two pieces, I'm actually going to layer on the lighter side of the pretty peacock. And you can tell that in comparison. It's definitely different. So this is going to get layered on that piece. Like so. This is really going to help people be able to, that signed up for this class, get a lot of cards ready for the holidays. Now, this also is going to layer, it's going to center on this top flap. So what I want to do is make sure that where I have the glue, it's not going to ooze out in sections or glue this section together. So my best tip for you is to add the glue just to that section, kind of in a rectangle, and then decide which way you want that to go. And then you can space that, and it'll be perfect because you won't have any adhesive oozing outside of that flap. And now we have a card you can put on display. It stands like this, right? And next, we will take care of our embellishing. So what I want to do is put this right here. So I am going to add adhesive where I want it without going too crazy, because you don't want to go past where the snowflake is going to go. So you have that. And then I'm going to grab my dimensionals. Just kind of add some dimensionals here and there, but I don't want to go too crazy because I also don't want this to cling to the other part of the card. This should be okay right there. That should be okay right there. And I'm just going to put, this definitely is okay, another one right there. So we're going to add dimensionals, of course, spacing this one lower than the point, because that point is going to line up right where those come together. So you don't want it, well, sort of, I misplaced it. But the point should be on the edge, so you wouldn't want the adhesive to come outside of that point. So now we have done that part. I love your color choices and arrangements on this card. Gorgeous. Thank you so much. Yes, amazing experience. I couldn't help but follow along, and I easily could have gotten in trouble at work, but my boss is cool. So I listened to her through my earbuds as she was watching, and I was watching the live stream. It was pretty cool. So, all right, now with your embellishments, you want a large one right in the center of your Merry Wishes, and then you're going to take two of the small ones and put one on each side. And there is your fun fold. You have all these different nooks and crannies, and if you wanted to add designer series paper to the back of this and put a little strip, you could probably, if I have a gift card handy, you probably could find a way to tuck a gift card in there in this area, and then you could write your greeting there. So just a little something to maybe add a gift to if you wanted to. But I love the way this double Z fold, that's probably what it is, or I don't even know, zigzag, whatever it is, it's beautiful. How it came out. And here is the other one. So you have two different, some people got the old olive inside, some people got the, I think it's shaded spruce. But I absolutely love the way this card turned out, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. Hey Jenny, no problem. You can reverse, and this is the card we're making today. It's a fun fold, and I hope that you enjoy it. No worries for being late. I was late yesterday, and thank God for recordings and being able to hit that replay. So tomorrow will be day 3, and we have another card to share with you. I look so forward to seeing you then. See you tomorrow at 7. For now, many Stampin' Blessings. Enjoy your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.